Seizing the opportunity, I scrambled to my feet, my heart pounding in my chest. I knew I had to run, to put as much distance between this predator and myself as possible. But as I turned to sprint, someone suddenly appeared in front of me and knocked me to the ground. "What do you want me to do with her?" "Should I kill her?" A chilling woman's voice echoed through. I was so scared that I felt like I might wet myself. As I lay on the ground, my mind raced with thoughts of escape and survival. The chilling question that had been uttered moments ago still hung in the air, sending shivers down my spine. Who was this woman talking about? Was she referring to me? The uncertainty only fueled my fear, making it difficult to think clearly. I mustered all the courage I had left and tried to push myself up from the cold, hard ground, but my body felt heavy, as if it were weighed down by an invisible force. Panic surged through me as I realized my limbs were numb, unresponsive to my desperate commands. It was as if I were trapped in a nightmare, unable to break free. My eyes grew heavy, and I fought to keep them open, afraid that if I closed them, I would never wake up again. Fear consumed me, and I could feel it washing over me like a suffocating wave. In that moment, I regretted not heeding the warnings of the handsome man who had cautioned me against returning here. If only I had listened, I thought to myself, my heart heavy with remorse. I should have quietly walked back home. But now it was too late for regrets. I was trapped, vulnerable, and defenseless. I'm going to die. And my aunt? If she were to find out about my death, the news would undoubtedly shock her to death. "Do you want me to kill her now?" the woman asked again. Her question echoed in my ears, haunting me with its sinister implications. "Do you want me to kill her now?" The words reverberated through my mind, intensifying my terror. Through my blurred vision, a tall, naked man sauntered towards me and stood silently, contemplating the question for what felt like an eternity. Finally, he instructed the unseen woman to take me to a house and help me regain my senses so that he could unmate me. After that, they could do whatever they wanted with me, even kill me. But it had to be done quietly. I recognized that voice. I thought to myself as the darkness closed in around me. I jolted upright as the cold ice water was poured over me. Instantly, I began shivering. Wait, am I not dead? I pinched my cheek so hard, unable to believe it. Wincing from the pain, I realized I was still alive. Uttering with a mix of excitement and fear, I exclaimed, "I'm still alive." "Get up," a rough voice commanded. I turned towards the source of the voice and saw that handsome man, the grandson or son of that old woman I helped. Seeing him, I couldn't help but cry while simultaneously feeling grateful that he had saved me. Despite the jolting pain in my ribs, I pushed through and made my way towards the man who had rescued me from the clutches of death. With my arms extended for a thankful hug, he suddenly grabbed me by the neck and forcefully hauled me over to the wall. I fell on the side where my ribs were aching. Before I could react to his actions, he grabbed a bucket and scooped ice-cold water from the black drum, pouring it over me once again. Despite the fear and confusion coursing through my veins, Elle mustered up enough strength to push myself off the ground, ignoring the searing pain in my ribs. He dropped the empty bucket and seized me again, his grip tight on my neck. "You're choking me. I can't breathe." I croaked out, but he showed no interest in letting go. "Now listen carefully to what I'm about to say," he said, then asked for all my names. "Keilah Rivera," I replied. He fell silent for a moment, his ombre eyes fixed on me as if peering into my soul. "I, Keilah Rivera, accept your rejection as your mate." He instructed me to repeat the exact words out loud, emphasizing his demand. "Am I clear?" He pressed, increasing the intensity on my neck as I remained silent. I nodded, tears streaming down my face. He loosened his grip on me, but his fiery gaze remained fixed upon me. He began, "I, Ralph Moore, the alpha of the Moonrise pack, reject you, Keilah Rivera, as my mate." Despite feeling scared in his presence, I couldn't help but burst into laughter. My laughter was so intense that my eyes welled up with tears. "Are you laughing?" he asked, his tone grave. I immediately silenced myself, realizing I might have made a mistake. Shit. Did I mess things up? I pondered silently. Clearing my hoarse throat, I stammered, "Sorry, it's just that I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. How does it involve me?" "It doesn't make any sense." Don't taste my patience, bitch. Just repeat the fucking words I told you to, and we will be good. I remember your voice now, in that forest. You were there with that woman. Did you order her to bring me here? Were you the one behind all of this? Did you send the white wolf predator to kill us? And of course it killed someone, I asked. Don't you dare. Dare what? I snapped, interrupting his unfinished words. Why did you do that? All I did was help your mother, or whoever she's to you, get back to her home. And what you did was send us that scary white thing, only to come in like a knight in shining armor for a rescue, just to bring me into this awful room. What now? The moment I finished talking, he swiftly seized me and lifted me into the air. The next thing I knew, I collided with something that cracked. The impact felt like my bones were dislocating. And if that wasn't enough, he reached behind his back, grabbed a gun, and shot in my direction. The bullet whizzed past my ear, leaving a twitching spark in its wake. He then rushed over to me, knelt down, and held me upright. Now, do exactly what I told you to do before I put the next bullet into your skull. I felt an intense burning sensation throughout my body. The pain was excruciating. The moment he releases me, I would cease to exist. Whether I complied with his demands or not, he would kill me. I was so angry that I wished I had the power to blast him in half. Fine, Elle will do it, I stated. But not exactly how you want. I said in my head. I raised my voice, making sure he could hear me. I felt weak, but I had to go through with it. I, Keilah Rivera, reject Ralph Moore, the alpha of Moonrise Pack's rejection from being his mate. His face twisted and his grip loosened. The moment his hands let go of me, I'm dead. Just before I could land on the ground, I quickly grabbed his shirt and brought my face close to his, saying firmly, I refuse your rejection, Ralph Moore. With a satisfied smile, I let go of his shirt and fell to the ground. My breathing slowed as darkness began to envelope my vision. I watched as he started talking to himself and acting like a madman. Too bad I can't hear what he's saying. Regardless, it felt gratifying to watch. I wish you would join me in hell, I said. However, my smile vanished as I struggled to make out his transformation into a mysterious black creature. I couldn't help but audibly laugh. Do dying people experience hallucinations like this? Or did he send this creature to finish me as I was dying slowly? Despite my blurred vision, I saw this creature approaching me through the faint darkness and licked my face before moving to my neck. I felt its long, sharp teeth pierce through my skin, causing intense pain. I wanted to scream but couldn't. Instead, hot tears streamed down my face. After the bite, a voice resonated in my head. Mate,